Welcome to our channel where every story comes alive. Stay with us as we take you on an unforgettable journey. Witness life 7.5 million years ago from ape to ancestor, key evolutionary leaps. The sun is barely a red smear on the horizon when the Sahelanthropus band is already in motion. Their shaggy silhouettes crouch low among the tall, gold-washed savanna grass. The smallest of them an infant clinging to its mother. S underside blinks at the trembling world as the adults scrape bark for insects, pluck berries, and sniff the wind for danger. Survival does not wait for the light. Survival begins with breath, but this morning, breath is shaken. A sudden snarl ruptures the grass line. The alpha male freezes mid-forage. Heads jerk up, nostrils flare. A streak of tawny muscle, a young saber-toothed cat bursts from the brush. Instinct overrides thought. The band scatters, leaping bipedally for a moment, then dropping into knuckle-assisted sprints. The mother with the infant slips on loose dirt. The cat pivots. The alpha wheels back. A stone chunk heavy, jagged lies near his feet. A flicker of innovation ignites. He snatches it with both hands and hurls it with all his primal strength. The rock strikes the cat's shoulder, not enough to injure, just enough to stun. That heartbeat of surprise lets the mother scramble up a sloping mound of roots. The band reunites, panting, trembling, clustering in a protective knot. The cat, frustrated, vanishes into the grass. First leap, tool is defense. The band moves on, unsettled but alive, navigating toward a shaded grove where scattered fruit trees promise safer foraging. The alpha keeps the stone tool. He sniffs it, taps it, grips it as if discovering a new limb. The others watch closely. A pressure builds, hunger, fear, the instinct to imitate. As the day warms, the grove becomes a refuge. Juveniles pull fruit from low branches, mothers groom parasites from their infants, and the elderly rest in patches of shifting shadow. But as the sun climbs, so does the heat. The savanna hums with cicadas. Water becomes a more urgent need. The alpha leads them toward a distant shimmer, a drying waterhole. Bones litter its edges. The band approaches cautiously, picking their way around carcasses. The remaining puddles are muddy, barely drinkable. One young female hesitates, then gathers broad leaves, shaping them with her fingers. She dips them into a clear pocket of water found beneath a fallen log, using the leaves to carry sips to her mouth and then to her infants. A small innovation, fragile yet profound. Second leap, water transport. As they drink and cool themselves, a rumble trembles beneath their feet. Dust rises on the horizon, a migrating herd of ancient elephants. Peaceful, usually. But this herd is not calm. They stampede past the waterhole, trumpeting, tossing debris in their panic. The Sahelanthropus band scurries up a scatter of boulders for safety as the ground shakes with thunderous bodies. Something has spooked them. When the herd passes, the reason reveals itself. A dark line smudges the horizon. Smoke. The wind shifts and heat brushes their fur. The band scrambles higher onto the rocks. A wildfire driven by dry grass and relentless wind sweeps toward the waterhole. The alpha scans the chaos. Flames race fast, too fast to outrun across open savanna. But opposite the oncoming inferno lies a steep ravine and a narrow corridor of stone cool, shaded, sheltered by overhangs. A possible escape. The band leaps down the rocks, moving quickly but cautiously, mothers clutching infants, juveniles helping elders. Flames lick closer, cinders rain. The band races into the ravine. Inside, shadows swallow them. Echoes replace wind. The air grows cooler, the fire unable to penetrate the stone maze. They huddle, trembling, watching sparks dance above the ravine walls. Hours pass. When the fire dies, they emerge into a transformed world: ash-black grass, charred trunks, silence broken only by crackling embers. Food is gone. Shelter is gone. They must move. Migration begins. The band treks across the great savanna until they reach a river that divides the land like a ribbon of life. Its banks are rich with reeds and insects. They feast cautiously. One young male discovers a fallen branch and cracks it open on stones, revealing grubs, which he scoops eagerly. The alpha imitates him, smashing bark, discovering marrow and scavenged bones. A memory forms. A method builds. Third leap. Intentional tool use for food extraction. As dusk nears, they climb into a cluster of trees for rest. Infants cling to mothers, elders lean against wide branches, juveniles pile close in communal warmth. The river murmurs below, stars scatter above. The band sleeps. But the world is never gentle for long. Deep in the night, a shadow slinks along the riverbank, a crocodile, ancient and patient. It slides silently onto the shore, drawn by the smell of drying meat on a scavenged bone the band left behind. The alpha awakens first. His eyes narrow. He grunts softly, warning the others. The band shifts, infants whimper. The crocodile lunges. The tree shakes as its weight slams the trunk. Juveniles cling desperately. The alpha climbs lower, brandishing the stone he carried since morning, striking downward at the predator's snout. The beast snaps upward, narrowly missing his arm. The juveniles scatter higher. Then, unexpectedly, the elderly female, the slowest, weakest, descends beside the alpha. She picks up a thick, burnt branch from the tree's fork. The fire has hardened it. She thrusts it down, jabbing at the crocodile's eye. It recoils violently, splashing back into the water, victory but fragile. Dawn finds the band exhausted yet alive. They descend from the trees and follow the river upstream, seeking safer territory. Along the journey, they encounter another band, a rival group. Tension stiffens every spine. The two bands stare across the river's shallows, each weighing threat and opportunity. The alpha raises his stone, not in challenge but in display. The rivals respond with low postures, assessing. A tense crossing begins slow, wary. The two bands circle, ready to bolt at the slightest aggression. But then an infant from the rival band slips on wet stone, falling into the water. Current pulls it. Both bands react. The alpha leaps into the river, gripping the infant's arm and dragging it ashore. The rival band watches, confused, Kariu then retreats peacefully. No fight, no theft. A rare moment where instinct bends toward cooperation. Fourth leap, social complexity. The Sholanthropus continue upstream, arriving at a sheltered cliff with pockets of unburned vegetation. Food returns, safety returns, they forage, groom, rest. The mothers feed infants with reassured calm. The alpha drops his stone tool beside a slab of rock where he cracks nuts with new confidence. The elderly female watches with pride, grooming his fur. The band gathers beneath a baobab tree as dusk settles. The air cools, carrying the scent of renewal. For the first time in days, they are still. Infants play with leaves. Juveniles share cracked nuts. The alpha sits at the center, stone tool resting in his palm, a symbol of a silent leap toward the future. Tonight, the band eats, survives, breathes together. Under the fading glow of a resurrected world, they become not just survivors of the savanna, but ancestors of what will one day become us. Their struggle becomes legend. Their innovations become inheritance. There lives fragile, fierce, primal echo across 7.5 million years.